Hello everyone, this is Warhawk Beyond 2040 bringing to you a brand new awesome yet crazy theory, and I've decided to put this theory video together because me and one of my good friends, who I refer to as Geeker Beyond, who you may recall has done lots of videos with me in the past, and we were talking about why Batman's personality changed so much from Batman 89 to Batman and Robin, and we were shooting at a bunch of different ideas and possibilities on why this was the case. So I've decided to do this theory video and dedicate it to him, and I'm going to come up with an idea on why I think Batman changed so much from the first movie to the last one back in 89 to 97. When we see Batman in the first movie, he is portrayed as a silent, intimidating figure and very rarely ever speaking or interacting with anyone in public, and tending to let his actions speak louder than his words. A prime example of this is when Batman dropped Jack Napier into the vat of chemicals. He didn't show any hint of remorse whatsoever, and over the course of the movie he used a lot of machine guns and would dispose of villains in shocking and horrific fashion. And in the next movie, Batman Returns, you could almost see he was taking sadistic pleasure in disposing a lot of his enemies. And during the day, Bruce Wayne was portrayed as a very reclusive figure and never mixing with anybody in the public, with the exception of Alfred, but his personality would slowly start to change in Batman Returns, where he was seen mixing it up with Max Schreck and speaking with people in public, as opposed to the first movie. But fast forward to Batman and Robin, and we see Batman's personality has changed drastically from being the silent, brooding figure who would take out his enemies in horrific and shocking fashion to a much more light-hearted, very optimistic and at times very cheerful kind of hero. And even in his Bruce Wayne persona, he's a lot more smiley, a lot more chattier, and he's even cracking jokes at times, and he's interacting more and more in public as opposed to the reclusive Bruce Wayne that we saw in the first movie, and even more so than Batman Returns. But Bruce Wayne in Returns was still interacting with people, but not to the extent that he would in Batman and Robin. Bruce Wayne in Batman Returns would only interact with certain people that he would need to, as opposed to Batman and Robin, where he's talking with everybody and being more and more open about his public life, as opposed to the first two Batman movies. And he's even seen in public with his girlfriend, Julie Madison. You know, we never actually saw Bruce Wayne in public with Vicky Vale. So it does tend to lend the question, where did Batman's personality change from the first movie to the fourth movie? Now, this is where my theory would come into play. At some point between Batman Forever to Batman and Robin, I'd like to think that at some point in his crime-fighting career, Batman has met Superman, because if you remember at the beginning of Batman and Robin, Batman mentioned Superman. Now, I know it was more done as a cheesy line, but it does beg the question, did at some point Batman meet Superman? Because why else would he mention his name in the first place? So I'd like to think that the two of them have met each other and maybe teamed up for one mission. Maybe they faced Lex Luthor, because obviously the Joker in that universe is long dead after falling from the top of the church, at the hands of Batman, by the way. So I'd like to think Superman gave Batman some advice that if you want the public to trust you and respect you, you need to be more approachable. So you may need to start being more optimistic and hopeful, and maybe not try to scare people so much, because you want to be seen as more of a hero. And if you want to be more of a family person, because I can clearly see that you're trying to build up your own surrogate family, then you need to be a bit more mellowed out if you're going to be seen as a father figure for Dick Grayson. So that would probably explain a lot of the reason why Bruce Wayne is a lot more cheerful in public and why Batman is a lot more hopeful, because he took on the advice of the Man of Steel and put it into his own, and that's why Batman is a lot more light-hearted and approachable, and meeting people in public and even appearing on television, which was something you would never ever see Batman do in the first two movies, or even the third movie for that matter. So I'd like to think that Batman took some advice from Superman. Be more open to the public, let the people in, let the people trust you, and also apply that to Bruce Wayne persona as well. So be Bruce Wayne as you are with Batman, but try and make the two separate, but at the same time make both personas more approachable. So that's probably what I think my theory would be on why Batman's personality changed so much. It's kind of similar to New Frontier, where Superman says if you want the public to trust you more, you should be scaring the criminals, not children. So it's kind of something like that. And the only other thing I could think of is, my friend said that it's possible that you could have two Earths. So this is kind of like the multiverse coming into play. So you could have Batman 89 is like Earth A, for example, and Batman and Robin is kind of like the same Earth as Earth A, but it's like Earth A plus or Earth B, so to speak. So there's another possibility as well, but my theory is I believe that Superman gave Batman some advice about changing his personality and taking it into practice, and that's why Batman is a lot more cheerful and a lot more light-hearted, which tends to play into the fact that he's now seen as more of a family man as opposed to this brooding figure who just sits around in Wayne Manor all day being reclusive. And I also think that maybe Superman advised Batman on not killing villains, because if you want to be seen as a hero, you need to stop killing. So maybe that's another reason why Batman stopped killing villains in Batman Forever and Batman and Robin, because Superman advised him not to do that if he wants the public to trust you and respect you more. And there you have it, guys. That's my theory on why Batman changed so much from Batman 89 to Batman and Robin. So what do you guys think? What do you think the reason for the personality change in Batman? Do you think it's possible that maybe Superman gave him some advice to change his personality? Or do you think it's possible that it could be two different Earths? You know what to do, guys. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave your thoughts and comments down below, and I will see all of you next time. So until then, take care everybody and stay safe, and once again, thanks for listening.